My mother-in-law is ruining my life. My mother-in-law is a freeloading piece of crap. I'm ready to kick my mother-in-law, Janet, out of my house. I'm gonna have to give my wife an ultimatum. Either me or Janet. It bothers me so much that me and my wife are working so hard for our family, and most of those earnings go towards Janet. My wife Asia wants so badly to have a relationship with her mother, she's willing to do just about anything for her. I don't think that it's okay for my wife to be supporting my mother-in-law when my mother-in-law has never done anything for my wife. I never thought that I'd be spending 8 of my 10-year marriage with my mother-in-law living with me. Janet is just an obnoxious, annoying person to live with. She constantly stomps around the house, slams doors, drawers, breaks dishes. Janet often walks around the house like she owns the place and she has no boundaries. One night she came in to say goodnight to Asia in our bedroom without knocking, and I was standing there naked. Never has there been a time that I've told Janet that it is okay to sleep in my bed while I'm gone, but she still does it and sleeps on my side of the bed. One time I came home, there was hair on my pillow, my bed was messed up. I knew that my mother-in-law Janet had been laying on my side of the bed, and it really pissed me off. Living with Janet has had a negative impact on my marriage. A couple of years ago, we almost got a divorce because of all the fighting. Asia almost chose her mother over me. I can't live like this any longer. Janet, get a life, get it together.
Well, I'm glad you're here.
Thank you, Dr. Phil.
You've been listening to everything so far, right?
Yes, sir.
And I started out talking to Asia about she's doing this for her. How do you see this?
I see it as her wanting that relationship as a daughter, as a child, wanting that mother to be there for her. And she wants that mother-daughter relationship.
And you think she's keeping her there hoping that that's going to click on?
I think so.
You think it will?
I don't know. It's gotten to a point where if she doesn't get out of my house independently and live, that we're not gonna have a strained relationship or a good relationship. We're just not gonna have a relationship. I'm gonna be like her and just pretend that my mother doesn't exist, because that's what she does.
I don't pretend
Yes,
she doesn't
you do.
exist. No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
And I find it very funny how you guys sit and call her a freeloader when she pays rent, she takes care of your kids. If I had somebody take care of my kids every day, could have a whole house,
This
a
is
whole
the
other house
first
for God's
time.
sake.
This is the first
Me and
time
my
in
husband
8
work-
and a half.
I only work for childcare.
This is the
Most
first
people do
time.
that. So for you to say
This is
anything
the
is
first
ridiculous.
time. This is the first time in about the 8 years on and off that she's lived with us that she has paid us rent. She pays us $300 a month.
Okay.
And $300 isn't going to cover what it costs to live.
No, and I never said
Okay?
it does. I
That's
never
what
said
you
that it
just
does.
said.
I
Okay?
didn't say that $300 covers, but
So-
you can't sit and call her a complete freeloader when
You have
she's
not done anything
I
to
haven't.
even have
You
to
mean to tell me
step
that
up.
I didn't drive down to the Dells to try to get her and have her overdose in front of my
Okay.
children?
What did you do when you found out she overdosed?
I called you because
You
I didn't
called
know
me
what
because
to
you didn't
do.
know what to do because
You're
your
a
head
professional.
is in the damn sand like
yeah,
it
my
has
head's
been
in the sand
the
because
whole time
I
you've
know how to
grown up.
handle a drug addict. and-
Figure it out. It's called being resourceful. It's called Al-Anon meetings. It's called figuring it out so you can figure out how to have a
Al-Anon
relationship and
meetings,
figure it
I don't
out.
go to an Al-Anon meeting. I don't have the problem.
Let me just, whatever. I can't. I cannot.
You started doing drugs in your mid-teen years, right?
Yes, sir.
When you start doing drugs, you stop developing.
Yes.
Realize that you're dealing with someone here that has arrested development. They've stopped at that 14, 15-year-old level. So when she says in 2012, in 2018, I don't know what the next step is, that's something you would expect a 14 or 15-year-old person to say in terms of planning out their life. They don't know.
Right.
That's why we're stuck. Okay, now, what do? Well, the worst thing you can do with anybody that has any type of deficit is require less of them than what they can do. Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.